For fans that wanted figures and merch for the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruined DLC, well, Funko has announced that they are planning to produce figures from the Ruined DLC, and they are scheduled sometime in 2024. It's going to be a set of 4, so let's get into who could possibly be featured in this set of 4 action figures. Now here are the characters I think have the most likelihood of being picked. As you can see, I didn't include things like Pat or the Mini Music Man or even the Endoskeletons because they're such small characters within the events of Security Breach and Security Breach Ruin that I don't think Funko would ever consider making them if it wasn't just like a one-off character to fill out a set of characters in like the Mystery Mini line or something like that. But as you can see here, we have all the main players from Security Breach Ruin. We have Ruined Glamrock Freddy, we have Eclipse, Ruined Monty, Ruined Roxy, Ruined Glamrock Chica, and we have Mimic. These are the prime suspects for obviously getting featured in the Ruin collection of, I'm assuming, articulated figures. That's what it seems like they're talking about, and maybe, hopefully, we'll get some Funko Pops on the side, too. The first and obvious choice, I think, is Ruined Roxanne Wolf. This is an awesome character in the DLC, and she kind of becomes this sort of stand-in for Glamrock Freddy for Cassie in the DLC. And I know a lot of people like Roxanne Wolf, so it's obvious for Funko to make Ruined Roxanne Wolf as part of this Ruined set of figures because it would sell. And Funko knows this. They have to know this. Furthermore, Roxanne Wolf kind of becomes a main character closer to the end of Security Breach Ruin. I mean, she is freed by Cassie of the glitch that Vanny had put on her, which amplified all her negative characteristics and made her more aggressive. Not to mention, after this is done, Roxanne is just a lot friendlier and wants to protect Cassie, similar to how Glamrock Freddy wants to protect Gregory in Security Breach. Next up, we got Eclipse. Eclipse was the fan favorite, I believe, of Security Breach Ruin. People just thought he was such a cool character with a cool design. And given that we've already gotten Sun and Moon figures respectively, it makes sense for Funko to make the next step and produce that Eclipse figure. Eclipse was a cool and fun character in Security Breach Ruin, and not to mention with the fact that Eclipse seems to be getting his own entry in Tales from the Pizzaplex, it makes sense for Funko to want to do this guy as well. Next, we got Ruined Glamrock Chica. Now, Ruined Glamrock Chica, I believe, has no chance of being in this set because of how intricate her design is. She's got the half-exposed endoskeleton skull, and then the other half is animatronic parts. And then she's got all this like kind of weird moldy pizza cheese on her mouth and on her breastplate. A lot of her animatronic shell is missing, revealing the endoskeleton inside. So there's a lot of intricate detail on this figure, and I don't believe Funko would want to invest that much time in designing a figure. Not that Funko can't do it, but Funko seems to have gotten rather lazy over recent months. I mean, we got that whole wave of Balloon Circus, Funko Pops, and figures, which I wasn't too happy with. A lot of the paint was kind of gross on it, and they had a lot of like weird mold looking stuff on it, so what's that up with? So it seems like Funko's kind of gotten rather lazy, and I don't think they'd be on board for making something like a Ruined Glamrock Chica. Although I would really love to see this, I don't think it's going to happen. Another one that I would love for them to make, but they probably won't, is the Ruined Montgomery Gator. This is my favorite design of Monty. He just looks so scary and monstrous, this mangled endoskeleton with only a few bits of his original cover still intact, like his mohawk and his eye. He's got sharp, twisted teeth. He's just such a scary and awesome looking character. However, I don't think he'll ever make it into the line. I mean, this is all just theories. You know, he could very well make it into the line, but I don't think he will because of how detailed and intricate he is to design, but you never know. Next up, we have the Ruined Glamrock Freddy, or simply just put, the Glamrock Freddy prototype. This is a character I think is most likely to be in the set as well. It's up there with Eclipse and Roxanne Wolf. Simply because all they gotta do really is take the head off of the Glamrock Freddy figure that they already have and just carve in some broken parts into the sculpt, and then you go. You have your Glamrock Freddy prototype, your Ruined Glamrock Freddy figure. It's the easiest to make, and therefore I think is most likely for Funko to make, because they just have to use their existing mold and just modify it. Last up, we have the Mimic. The Mimic has a high chance of being in the line, simply because he is Ruin's antagonist. They could do Mimic either or. They could do him as the endoskeleton, or they could do him as his mascot costume, because the Mimic has a mascot costume in one of the endings of the game. So they could do it either or. I personally would love to see the mascot costume, but either or is good, and that's it. Alright, so my final lineup prediction is Eclipse, Ruined Roxanne, Ruined Freddy, and Mimic. My dream list is obviously Ruined Freddy, Ruined Roxanne, Ruined Monty, and Ruined Chica, but realistically, my first and final list is probably what they're gonna go with. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and with that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.